Here's a great tale. Florida. 6 years ago, when the stock market peaked and the financial crisis was waiting in the wings, Florida's housing market was the canary in the coal mine. When the recession hit, Florida was one of the hardest hit areas in the whole country. 12.3% unemployment rate. Places like Miami, many home prices were literally cut in half. Fast forward to today. Florida's witnessing a major turnaround with an unemployment rate that's lower than the national average, housing market that's in terrific shape. I bet you wish you bought, at least until the interest rate spike. And let's find out more about that. That's why tonight we want to talk to Rick Scott. He is the pro-growth, anti-regulation Republican governor of Florida. Get a better sense of how the Sunshine State is doing. Governor Scott, welcome to Mad Money.
Oh, it's great to be here.
Thank you so much, Governor.
When are you moving to Florida?
Well, I've already lived there. And it was one of the happiest times of my life. Frankly, I lived in Tallahassee, where you live, and it was just... It was the Sunshine State.
We need you back.
Well, thank you. One day, look, I go to Florida every single year.
Good.
All right, before we get to the business side, your state's been in the white-hot spotlight because of nothing to do with Florida business, which is the George Zimmerman trial. And I know that the service business matters, tourism matters. This was considered to be something that people are unhappy about in many other parts of the country with the outcome. How do you deal with it as governor?
Gosh, well, first thing you do is you mourn for the family. He lost a 17-year-old son. I met with the parents. I introduced them to law enforcement. I told them about the special prosecutor. So you mourn for them. I want to thank the jurors, 6 women. But as the Martin family said, they accepted the verdict.
All right, and as a service economy like Florida, it's just something that is separate from that. People will not link the two.
Well, I hope not. You know, look, we are having record tourism. 91 million tourists last year, 2 record years in a row. We're on track. I think we're about 4% up this year. So we're heading in the right direction. But we're at a 42-year low in our crime rate. We want to make sure the state stays safe, get more tourists to our state, sell more homes, get people jobs.
All right, let's talk about housing because you saw it coming. Your state got hit very hard. How sustainable is the housing recovery in Florida, given the fact that we know that mortgage rates just jumped a full 100 basis points?
Well, I think here's the reason why it is. Housing prices have come back. They're up about 30% in 2 years. Okay. Well, look, we're the gateway to Latin America, right? And Latin America is growing, right? We got the expansion of the Panama Canal. We've got 15 seaports in our state.
Do you have enough money to do that port? I was reading dredging today, and it's not clear. Are you up to the challenge of 2014?
We put up the money. Okay. The federal government didn't put up the money, so we did, $78 million.
Okay.
The tunnel's almost done. The dredging will be done by the end of next year. Okay. Before the Panama Canal. That's already 25,000 jobs, and should be another 33,000 jobs. So the housing market's coming back because of jobs. Okay. And plus, people want to live there.
Well, how many of those houses that have been bought are cash, bought for cash?
I think over 50% is my understanding.
So then therefore mortgage rates may not be as much of a factor in Florida as it is in the rest of the country.
Yeah, probably not. I mean, but look, I think they'll stay up because people want to be there. Businesses coming back. I think Hertz moved the corporate office.
Yeah, I wanted to talk about how that happened. But one second, let me just ask you, how many of these houses do you think are owned by hedge funds, pension funds, and how much owned by individuals?
Jim, I don't know how many, but you know, in some markets there's a lot that they've purchased a lot of them, and they're going to stay there.
Well, Governor, don't we have to worry that they dump them if rates go high and that causes?
Oh, I don't think they're going to dump them.
Okay.
I think they're there for the long run if they need to be. But look, this is a great state. No income tax, right to work state, low business tax. We got the Panama Canal expansion, the Latin American economies. We've got all this going for us.
All right, so Hertz moves to your state. Why?
One, it's a nice place to live. We have a great workforce, no income tax, a right-to-work state. We're lower cost than New Jersey, all right? We've got a low business tax, and we're the tourism capital of the world.
Okay, well, let's talk about the tourism capital of the world. Tourism capital, that means you need a lot of service jobs.
Yep.
There are a lot of people who are very worried about the Affordable Care Act. Now, I know you know health care better than any other governor.
It's bad.
Do we not have to worry that part-time is the new full-time because it's just much easier to not have to pay the $50?
Absolutely.
So what's going to happen to your state?
I think Obamacare is a disaster for our country.
But you're on record saying that you're willing to go with the new Medicaid.
Well, let's take the pieces of it.
Okay.
All right. In 2009, I organized a group called Conservatives for Patients' Rights. Okay. And I said, there's a better way to fix this. We need to have more competition, let people buy the insurance they want to buy, give people the same tax breaks as employers, and reward people for eating right, exercising, things like that. That would be the right thing. This is going to hurt jobs, hurt your access to health care, all these things.
Well, it is going to do that, but you don't think that people are going to cut back on hiring?
Oh, absolutely. They're going to put people on part-time to get out.
They are going to do
That's
that.
what's going to happen.
Right.
We're going to have more part-time jobs, unfortunately.
Okay, now, if I go through, look at New York, other than a couple places in Brooklyn, I see no cranes. If I were to fly over Florida, commercial real estate, is it making a comeback?
It's behind residential. Residential's coming back first.
I was hoping you would tell me that it's coming.
It's
your
not,
construction has been a huge creator of jobs
absolutely.
in all the other comebacks.
Well, we're a big infrastructure state.
Right.
I've got the biggest transportation budget in the history of the state, $8.5 billion. We're building roads all around the state. So commercial is coming back, but not as fast as residential. It's about a year or a year and a half behind.
So if you tried to figure out what would cause commercial to get better, do you need more government spending? Why aren't companies coming down and just building with the growth market that you have? Building office towers.
You know what I think happened? I think people got more conservative. I think they...
Yeah, that's what we think.
Yeah, I think people got more conservative. I was at a housing development the other day. They're doing very well. They're going to sell 1,000 homes this year. They said they were talking about some franchises. They said 4 years ago, they were lined up to buy. Now they're waiting for the houses to sell. So people are just being more cautious.
Right. They don't borrow as much money.
They're being more cautious. But it's happening. You can see everybody's getting busier in our state. Housing's coming back. Just commercial's slower.
Okay, well, Governor, I know that the state has made a major comeback, and I believe a lot of it is attributed to your policies. I want to congratulate you for the turn. I went to Florida because I thought it was the great growth opportunity area. It wasn't for a while. Seems like it's back. I want to thank Florida Governor Rick Scott for being with Mad Money. Stay with Cramer. Thank you.